What's up, Builders Club TV Nation? You got Dewan Jones here, your professional stay-at-home dad. And family, I'm fired up and excited, as always, especially tonight because we have a very special guest with us, entrepreneur, business mentor, health coach, international speaker. Here's a woman that's done some phenomenal things inside of her career, inside of this profession we call network marketing, working from home. We get the opportunity to speak with her. Let's make sure that we get myself on camera first, family, so I can, as always, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for subscribing. Engage with us and let us know what you like best about this interview and any of the interviews that you see on the Builders Club TV. Let us know what's your biggest takeaway and some of the things that you're learning from some of these industry giants. So we have one right here with us tonight. We have Alexis Romano on the show tonight, family. Let me get Alexis on the camera. Alexis, can you hear me okay? Awesome. Let's get you in front of the family so we can speak with you. There you go. How's it going?
It's going wonderful. Thank you so much for having me on.
Awesome. We see you got the beautiful backdrop there. You got the great view there.
I live in a city, so my whole apartment is windows. So this is my view all around New York and Jersey City.
Wow. That must be awesome to wake up to. We're so excited to have you on the show. Thank you again for coming on to the Builders Club TV show.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. If you've seen the show, Alexis, a little bit, what we like to do, and the family knows, we like to throw you inside of what we call the Builders Club TV time machine so we can talk to you about your past, because we've learned that there's so much to reveal in the past of successful people. Would you agree?
Absolutely. 100%.
Awesome. So if we can, let's do it. Let's dive in. Let's talk about your path to success. Tell us this, Alexis. What was life like before you were waking up to skyscrapers and amazing views?
It was very different. Very different. I usually was on the bottom level of the building. So it was, I was in education for 21 years prior to doing what I'm doing now. I was a English teacher and a high school counselor. So so that was my main gig for many years.
Wow. So you taught school and now you're still educating, but just on a different level. So at what point did you, and I don't want to fast forward too quickly, but I know the family's interested in learning how you reach your level and your heights in terms of your success. At what point did you get introduced to this industry?
I was introduced to network marketing 11 years ago as a product consumer. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah.
And what was that first experience like? If you can take us back, if you can remember, I know 11 years ago is quite some time, but do you remember what your first impression was of this industry when you were tapped on the shoulder?
Well, I remember literally like it was yesterday. I was still obviously at my job, and my vice principal, who I was friends with, came back from a summer vacation. He looked different. I wanted to know what he was doing. And so I got some information from him. I ordered some products, and I had a completely, different experience from things that I was doing prior to when it comes to nutrition. So I was hooked on the products, and that was like my first passion. Mm-hmm. And then he told me about the business, and I really didn't know much about network marketing except for that fact that my mother did Avon and I helped her stuff like the bags when I was a kid. But other than that, I didn't really know much, but I always worked 2 and 3 jobs. So I thought, okay, I'll take a look and find out what this is all about.
Awesome. And so when you dove in, right, and you started to discover the business side, right, of what you were doing, what was that like for you? Did you have any, or let me just ask you like this, what was your first year in network marketing like?
My first year, I have no idea what I was doing. My first and second year, probably, I didn't have much of, a clue of what I was doing. I just knew that I was watching other people when I would go to events, that they were becoming successful. And I thought, well, if they could, I could.
Okay. Let's pause right there. What I want to do, Alexis, we move that way we can see your face better because the sun's going down and now there's harsh shadows on your face. Okay.
I'm gonna move over here into
awesome
another space.
Yep. Yes. Now we can see you. Now we got this beautiful painting in the background, so that's even better. Okay. So no, we were talking about your first year in network marketing, your second year in network marketing, and basically you said, hey, it wasn't the dream life the first 2 years, right?
No, it was not the dream life. I really just didn't know what I was doing. I just knew that other people were making money. So I tried to figure out how to maneuver through it and find my own kind of like my own system. Really, that's what it was for me. Having a teacher background, I just needed some more structure and organization for myself in order to figure out how to build this.
Right. And how did you find that structure, and what got you on that wavelength where you found the system? What happened?
Yeah. So I actually created systems for myself. I figure I want to keep things really simple for myself so that once I build a team, I'm going to be able to duplicate it, because I remember listening over and over, this is about duplication. This whole industry is about duplication. And so as a teacher, teaching, I just think about as a big classroom. And I thought, well, if I could just have simple steps to know what I do next, and I'll put together some kind of system.
Wow.
Yeah.
And so when you started to see the system working out and you started to see the breakthrough and the actual results coming, what were you like mentally when that was happening?
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I wasn't really making a lot of money in the beginning. But for me as a teacher, we didn't really make any money anyway. Right. So the little extra that I was making was more than I was making. Right. So, my first year I made $7,000 and I was like, yeah, that's great. I need $7,000 extra dollars this year. Right. Yeah. I'm grateful for every dollar that I made.
Right. And what year was this when you did that? You made $7,000.
That was my first year in network marketing. So
11 years ago.
Yeah. 10 years ago.
Yeah. The reason I asked is because we're in the social media era, right?
Yeah.
It's all about the bling bling, right? I think I posted recently, I said, welcome to social media where everyone's successful, good looking, and something else, right?
I know, I saw that. I was like, I love this guy.
And I was just basically saying, it's a copy and paste type of society, a type of world that we're creating where everything's about copy and paste. And I think we're losing touch with the reality. And we know that the biggest lessons and secrets to success are hidden in the pain that people go through every day. And so when you think about $7,000 your first year, because there's so many people highlighting $7,000 a day or $7,000 a month or this like high life, lifestyle, I think we lose touch of some of those type of successes that make the biggest difference. Would you agree?
Absolutely. And, I don't think success doesn't happen overnight.
Right.
I mean, when I first started my business, I wasn't really, I was a hot mess on social media when I did get on. My sister can attest for that. But I was, again, just trying to figure it out. But I just believe, like, if you speak from the heart and you're just, authentic, that, I'm not looking to be perfect. I'm just not looking to be perfect. And perfect is exhausting. And it's not duplicatable.
Right. And you built a lot of your success sort of pre-social media explosion, right?
Well, I mean, my first year, I wasn't using social media at all. I was just like hustling. Like I was on the, walking the streets, going to business and asking for referrals and hounding my friends and family, which they were really supportive. And I think that my sister always says I was annoyingly persistent. So that's how I started. I never wanted to be on social media. I'm just kind of I like to keep my personal business to myself. And so when I did get on, I was like, it was like a whole new world for me. And it was, you know, it wasn't comfortable at all.
Right. And when you finally got on social media, how much did it help your business?
Oh, it helped my business tremendously when I was not like verbally vomiting all over people. But even when I was verbally vomiting, you know, I have such great friends and family, so they supported me, you know, laughed with me.
Oh, really?
At me, probably.
Yeah.
You know, once I got a system in place for social media, things changed a lot.
It certainly did. You became one of the top earning women in your company, right?
Yeah.
And that's an amazing feat, right? What was that like to be at such a high level in your company?
I mean, it's an incredible feeling to know that you worked really hard and you reap the rewards of, you know, of planting the seeds and laying the foundation and just, you know, keep going and going, even though you had no idea what was happening. Like, I remember just saying to some of my mentors, like, is this ever gonna grow? Exactly. They're like, be patient. You're planting the seeds. You're, you know, laying down a solid foundation, and then, you know, the compound effect happened.
Wow. And so tell us this, you know, because we're on the subject of social media, right? What do you think? Because we've had this conversation on the show a few times with different leaders that have been on as guests, and we've been talking about social media because it has been such a huge impact in terms of how, you know, we engage with the network marketing, social media relationship. What do you think about network marketing and social media?
Well, I think there's well, number one, social media is the way to build any business. It's free advertising, right? But I do believe that people don't get on social media to be sold when they wake up in the morning, right? They want to laugh. They want to be inspired. And I feel like if you're just talking about yourself all the time, like, I don't know, for me, I start to unfollow people where they're constantly just showing, you know, you'll never see me like show my material things on social media because that's not the importance of what I do. That's just a benefit of what I've created, and I can buy things that I enjoy, but I don't have to show them off to other people. So I feel like that it can be a great asset. I mean, I've built the majority of my business on social media, but I celebrate other people. I'm not celebrating myself 24/7. Right.
Well, what do you think about that culture? Because you do see that, and you see some people actually build a large business, even though that's their style of kind of showing the bling bling. But do you think in the long run, do you think that's a good thing, a bad thing, or do you think you need some of that element? And do you need a mixture? Is it like a one big stew, or what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, lifestyle, I think, is important to show people. It's more about freedom living than it is, you know, what you can buy, like your car and your watch. Like, I get turned off by that. Like, I don't need to see somebody's car and watch. Like, this just doesn't excite me. Maybe it excites other people. Everyone's different. But I think showing lifestyle is really important, because for people that, you know, you're working a job and you get, you know, your typical week or 2 week vacation, and you have to take it at the same time, or you have to ask for the time off. And when people see that you have freedom living, then I think that's important for people to see, like, this is what life's all about, right? To be able to just go whenever you want to go. And of course, you know, we all have responsibilities, but to be able to do those things and not have to worry about the financial aspect, I think is important to show people, and not to show off. There's a big difference between showing off and inspiring people to want that lifestyle.
That's good. I want to scale back a little bit and revisit what you said about your family, because I think that's awesome. Because you hear a lot, you know, the narrative is my family's not supporting my business. The family doesn't believe in the vision, but your family supported you. How did that happen?
You know, my family has always supported me, and I've done so many things, like, as far as like extra things outside of my job. So nothing was out of the ordinary for them, but I do remember like my father saying to me, well, my parents were great, because when I decided to retire, they didn't put any fear in me. They actually didn't really say much. But I didn't know what was going on behind the scenes.
Right.
And so when I actually had conversations with my parents, and my father had said to me, I really thought, oh my gosh, what is this girl doing? She's got a great job. She's, in education, she's going to have a pension, and now she's going to wind up eating rice and beans. And so he laughs. He used to say, my father just recently passed. So, but one of the things yeah. But and my father was an entrepreneur. So to me, it was like, I always saw what his hustle, right? And my mother is such a hard worker too. Like they're both such hard workers. So I got that work ethic from them for sure. But I remember my father saying, business good? How's business? Business good? Business is good, Dad. Like he was just always wanted to make sure that nothing was happening, right? So, but my family and my sister and my brothers, they're all in the products, building a business with me. My sister is also one of the top earners in the company.
Wow.
Yeah. So
that's crazy. Yeah. So I don't know if that happens a lot. So you got two siblings at the top of the compensation plan, at the top of the company leadership levels. That's amazing. I don't know if I've heard that happen a lot. That's truly amazing. So your entire family decided that they wanted to be a part as well. Once they started seeing the growth, or they got involved right away, or.
Yeah, well, it didn't really work out that way. My sister, like I bought my sister's products for her for Christmas, because her health was declining. And she fought me on the business for a while, for like probably about 2 years. And then my brothers jumped on board with the products. They all had amazing results. And then they, decided to build with me. But I remember when I first started, I said, you can join me now, or you can wait till I'm successful, and then you're going to be really mad at me. So, they didn't know what I was talking about. Right. So, it was not we're all doing this together kind of thing right away. Not at all.
Right. So what does everyone think about the success and where you've gotten today? What is it like now?
Well, in my family?
Yeah, just anybody who saw you from the beginning building this.
Yeah. I mean, they're all so proud.
Wow.
Right? Yeah, they're all so proud. There's nothing else to say, but they're all so proud.
So what kind of advice do you have for someone who maybe is not getting the support, maybe not getting, people, jumping on board with what they're doing? Do you have any advice for people that might be going through that?
Yeah, I think that you're doing this with or without. So if you show people that your drive, your passion, that nothing's going to stop you, it doesn't matter whether they join you now or join you later, or they don't join you at all. Like it won't matter, because you're doing it regardless. You're not doing it because your family's going to do it with you. You're doing it because this is something that fuels you and lights you up.
So the passion and consistency, that's amazing. Will you go ahead and, Alexis, give out your social media, website, or anything like that the family can get in touch if they like?
Yeah, absolutely. You can just find me on both Instagram and Facebook. It's Alexis Romano. And yeah, there's no fancy name to my Instagram. This way people can find me. So I believe it's alexis.romano. But if you just search me, and I have the same profile picture, so you'll be able to find it.
Or just Google Alexis Romano. You're going to get some good information, family. You know what? Before we let you go, Alexis, we like to play a game with you that we've been playing with our guests, and they've been absolutely crushing it. The family's been loving it. And so we call it a word of advice with a mentor. And the way that it works is we're going to shoot a few words at you, okay? And then you're going to give us a word of advice using that word or based on that word. Does that make sense?
We'll see if it makes sense.
No, you're gonna crush it. I already know. So here we go. The first word that we have for you is live.
Live life till its fullest.
See, that's what I'm saying. You're gonna kill it. It's gonna be a piece of cake. The next word that we have for you is create.
Create the life that you want to live.
Absolutely, absolutely. The next word that we have for you is lesson.
Life is just one big lesson. It never ends. There's no you arrived. You're constantly learning lessons.
Love it, love it. The next word is fear.
Faith over fear.
I like that. I like that. We're gonna have to put that on a shirt.
Yeah.
The next word, the last word that we have for you, in fact, is work.
Oh, I mean, work with, I always say hustle with heart, because if you hustle any other way, and that just brings anxiety and fear, and no, you can't build anything like that.
Point taken. Well, you totally crushed it, totally knocked it out of the park, Alexis. We want to thank you for coming on to the show, sharing your story, your value. We definitely appreciate it. Anytime we get an opportunity to speak with someone who has been able to create the type of success that you have, we definitely got to have you back on the show, Alexis. We're working on a few things. One being A Day in the Life. A Day in the Life is a new series that we're working on, a series of episodes. It is the lifestyles of the rich and famous meets network marketing, right? So what we're doing is we're going to show the lifestyle, but it's personal development meets lifestyle. So we'll show the lifestyle, but we'll also get an opportunity to speak to some of the industry leaders, and we'll get a chance to learn more, talk to them more, get more inspiration, motivation, and belief. So we'd love to have you back. Maybe we can get a tour of this luxury New York apartment that's looking pretty spiffy in the background.
Absolutely. Appreciate you having me on. I really appreciate it. This was fun.
We thank you for coming on. And again, we'll love to have you back. So family, there you have it. We have Alexis Romano. We'll see you next time. Peace.